What's up, you guys? Here I am, back at it to give you another collective reading. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Let's see what it is that Spirit has to bring in for this message. All right. I'm just going to clear my mind and energy real quick. Let's begin. What is it that we need to be aware of, Spirit? We've got faith in the reverse. We've got Cancer here. We've got reward. Faith, Cancer, reward. Oh, and equal. Equal reward. Equal reward is what I'm hearing and seeing. We've got anxiety, but in the reverse. Okay, that's too many cards. Let's see if we can get something more specific. Dream in the reverse. We've got detail. Mild in the reverse. And virus. All right, somebody's getting sick here, and it's because of karmic it's a karmic consequence. They're losing their faith here. It could be that they have actual cancer. It also could indicate just something else really severe that they're going through health-wise. And this is coming in as equal reward. So what they put out, whatever they wished or intended or actually put out towards someone else, it's coming back to them. That's why they're going through this health scare. We have anxiety in the reverse and dream in the reverse. We've got detail and mild in the reverse. Someone's coming in with hot details about the situation. So I don't know that you've become like aware. You might be like maybe spiritually aware, or just like it's in your energy. You can kind of feel like something is going on or it's about to happen to somebody. But you don't have official notice of this, but it looks like you will. You will soon. Viruses here, like I said. I don't know what kind of health issues they're going through, but it's very clear that it's a serious threat to their health. Now, with this anxiety and dream in the reverse, what do you have to say about this, Spirit? Can you clarify for us? We got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, so this was something that was ended for you, whoever I'm talking to. Apparently you've had to go through a lot of anxiety, and you were being attacked in your dreams here, but you're not. That's cleared. If this message is for you, you'll know by this. You'll know because your dream state has been cleared. It's been protected. And if you're receiving anything to do with these people in your dreams, it's for their own exposure. It's not an actual attack. It's just Spirit in the universe informing you what's going on. But yeah. All right, let's continue. And I didn't show you guys, I don't think I showed y'all the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. But that was just our confirmation that your anxiety and your attack and your dreams are going by the wayside. So the anxiety they caused you and the dreams that they were sending to you, trying to attack you mentally, physically, emotionally, mentally and emotionally, most of all, that's come to a stop. All right, we've got reserving energies in the reverse. Somebody is not getting very good sleep. Growing corruption in the reverse. Whatever shenanigans they were up to is no longer. That's ending. That is ending. We've got fleeting feelings in the reverse. Yeah, they're not going to be able to run from their feelings and emotions through this health scare. They're going to feel every ounce of pain and suffering and fear with this experience. But again, like I said, this is karmic consequence. Like, it's just, they initiated this for themselves. Rest in peace. So the rest in peace indicates that their shenanigans are being put to a halt. And it could also indicate that perhaps their health scare may evolve into passing on. Burn notice in the reverse. Shooting the messenger. You knew something about them or something that they were involved with. Whether you have evidence or not, you know this. And I feel like they were trying to come after you because you know too much. Reduce noise, yeah. They were trying to create a lot of background noise for you to keep you from speaking a truth about something. Some kind of truth that you're aware of. They really tried to minimize that. And then we have training troops. That's quite interesting. So, are these troops, are they minions? Or what are they? What is this training troops here for? We have honeypot in the reverse. Bending people, excuse me, bending people's will. I don't know who it is. So this person who's going through this health scare, they were intending to train somebody up to I don't want to call them a minion, but at the same time, they weren't trying to replace themselves with this person. That what they were trying to do is, I don't know, it's weird. It's like they wanted, let me phrase it this way. They wanted to have this particular person or people to basically develop the same intentions as what they had for you, so that they could also have that anger and emotion and drive to go and do the same thing to you or more things to you. But it's not happening. I also hear that whatever this health scare is, it's also financially draining them. It's keeping them in and out of the doctors. And it's a pretty penny. Reparations. Again, everything that they're going through is reparation. And I also, with reparations, let's see what else comes out before I speak. Because I'm curious. Condescension. I'm getting that the spirit realm, the universe told this person, you need to make repairs, you need to make amends with you, whoever I'm speaking to in the collective. They were instructed to come to you and make this right, or they were going to face consequences. And they did not do that. They did not do that. So here we are with the health scare. Let's see, what else do we have? What should I pull from, Spirit? Yeah, okay. All right, we're going with my Crime Time Tarot. Travel here. Someone's traveling or about to. Someone's traveling. Research. Or somebody's looking into traveling. Like maybe planning a trip. Planning some kind of trip. Last resort in the reverse. I'm getting that I really feel like this person with the health scare, they had plans to travel. They were making plans to travel. And it seems like it was to dodge some kind of consequence here. So they may be involved in some kind of like 3D physical fraud, some kind of scam, they've got themselves tied up. And they were using this travel to get away, to move, to just as a last resort. But as you can see, that's in the reverse. And I'm getting that this health scare is preventing them from traveling. Universe said, nah, you ain't going anywhere, bitch. You're going to sit down. You're going to take your whippings. Damn. Boy, when God speaks, you don't mess with God. You don't mess with his anointed. There are just certain things you do not fuck with in the universe, because you can receive a physical death from that shit, from crossing the lines with universal law, karmic law. All right, let's take a look-see with our beautiful right. I can't even say the names, but our tarot cards. Rider-Waite. Sorry. Rider-Waite design tarot cards. Now these are holographic. Obviously that wasn't part of the original design, but all right, so we have the Lovers here. And then let's see what just came out. We've got the Four of Swords and the Empress. So whoever this person is, I really get like they have a spouse or a partner. I can't. They might not be married, right? But they're some kind of like girlfriend, significant other, something like that. Okay, that they were working with to pull off whatever illegal scheme that they were doing here. But you've got their partner has been in regret over a lot of this. They feel super guilty. They haven't made amends. They haven't changed their ways, but they were feeling guilty. And this Empress here is really giving me, like, this has to do with the training troops. I feel like this person really wanted their child or somebody like a child to them. They really wanted them to be able to step up, and they wanted them to come against you in the same way that they did. So if, let's say, for example, they were working witchcraft, they wanted, or they, I say she, could still be a he, like, even though that slipped, like, that could just be significant for someone. All right. But my point is, if they are witches and warlocks, then they definitely were trying to get the child involved in it. Whoever the child is, they are also a witch and warlock. Like, they have already been initiated and so forth, but they haven't, I don't know. They haven't turned this Empress into, and just because it's Empress, it doesn't mean that it's not a male. So keep that in mind. It's just Empress energy. They haven't, in other words, she or he have not sold their soul. They haven't signed the contract that this parent was trying to get them to get involved with. That's a serious contract. That is a serious contract. This person knew better. And their child, whoever this child is an older person. Well, what I'm trying to say is they're an adult. They could still be a young adult, but an adult nonetheless. We have the Knight of Wands. What do we have with this? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This person, this child, they were never going to sell their soul. They have natural God-given abilities. Whether they're a seer, a reader, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have spiritual, psychic abilities of some kind. And so they knew that this BS that their parents are involved in is no good. They know. They didn't have to be told. It's like they came into this world knowing. It's kind of like when we come into this life, we sign up for it. Like, we made an agreement before our spirits entered our body. We made an agreement. Okay, we know what is about to happen. We know what we're up against, and we're willing to go through it so that we can help the rest of the world awaken, experience those breakthroughs so that we can all ascend together. So we don't have to be stuck in this low vibrational atmosphere. What else do you have for us? This child's breaking away. This child is breaking away from this, from these adults. They're like physically breaking away, like whether that means moving out, or blocking these people via, having no more communications with these people. They knew that you were a good person. That's why they didn't want to fuck with all of this. They didn't want to fuck with it. I feel like they were roped into being part of something that did hurt you, and they weren't aware. They were not made consciously aware of what the intentions of what they were doing at the time, because they were still training in witchcraft. Okay, so they didn't know that, number one, they didn't understand all the universal laws, the rules, right? Not properly. And on the second hand, they had no idea that the workings they were doing were against you. But this person knows that you're a good person. So once they put 2 and 2 together, they're like, nah, I want out. And I feel like they even watched their parents take hits. And is another reason why they were deterred from being a part of this. All right. So, angels, what do you have to say on this? We've got the Queen of Cups here. And this child may very well be the key to taking these people down in the 3D. Because like I said, they're involved with some kind of, hold on, let me see. They've got, I feel like they're the ones that have the hot details. They're the ones that are going to be able to direct people to the right evidence while also acting as a witness. So this is coming to the surface. This is coming to the surface, and it's being initiated by this child here. This child, I'm hearing they've really committed themselves to doing right. They're not involved in any kind of black magic or anything like that. I even get the impression that there for a while they just quit witchcraft altogether and stayed away from it. But I feel like they're also, like, I feel like right now they're waking up. Like, not all magic is harmful. Like, they're learning the difference, and they're learning, like I said, they were not well educated on universal laws, but they're educated now. They're building that knowledge base, and they're operating by it. They're being very respectful. We've got the 9 of Cups here. So this person is okay. And when they come forward, they're going to be protected. Nothing can take that from them. They did the work. They put in the work. They took the journey to get away from these people, to block them. Went through the emotional stress and the pain and agony from being out on their own without help. Like, this child earned their freedom. Like, they really had to escape. But they're the ones that, I'm telling you, this child is going to be the one that initiates the karma. They weren't the ones that initiated the spiritual karma, but they're going to be the ones to initiate the 3D karma. All right, we have got the Knight of Cups. So yeah, it's too late. It's too late to turn around. Everything has cut ties with them. Like, spiritually speaking, there are no entities even willing to work with these people anymore. Because again, like I said, they were working with their spouse or their counterpart, you know. All right, so hopefully that is great news for you if this resonates with you. If it does not, please feel free to peruse the other videos I have, because there might be something that resonates with you there. I'm just a messenger, and this is a collective reading, so this will apply to more than one person. But like I said, if this isn't your story, that's totally fine. I love you anyway. All right, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. Bye.